As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line.
And the Cowboy first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run with Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 16. First down carry by Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw is Ryan. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
On the ready. 52. Mike 52. Check right, check right.
On 2nd down, Elliott at first. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Cowboys 7, Falcons nothing.
Watch the run, watch the run.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Mike 55, 55. Hey, eat. 51. Check curls, check curls.
Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 17 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
10th carry now for Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd down. Murray. That one complete to Elliott. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And the Falcons say they have it, they do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
26-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, we got four. We got four down.
Hey, check one.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Record.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 24 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Ryan. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You better bring
Throwing again, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Space. Come again.
To throw again is Ryan. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
They're on 15-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to... And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop. Time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Elliott. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
Interception. Come on, guys. We got this.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Ryan. He's got a man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Ryan to throw. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here I come. 20.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On 1st down, it's Freeman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Freeman again. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, Sal. Me. 57.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Let's go.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 6 yards. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Hey, Mike 52. Go on.
On 2nd and 9, Murray looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right? Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Ryan now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. Space. 57. Mike, 57. Watch the run.
Now it's Ryan. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Freeman. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Tuesday. 5.
They'll run it. Freeman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 50. Check 50. Go.
Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
At the Falcons' 38-yard line.
On 6, 45, check my 45.
Silver, silver.
On second down now, it's Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Murray. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The kick by Maher is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35.
So this one will end in a victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by today's, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Dallas, they moved to 13-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.